Hello, friends. It's day 14. Day 14 in the series of 30 Days of Celebrating You, where we acknowledge, relive, bring to light some of some achievements, accomplishments, something that we're proud of, or something that um, made our light shine a little bit brighter. We put it out there so that we can go through those emotions again, um, feel the joy, feel the love, feel the energy um, of the moment, and then we share it in the comments, put it out there for everybody to maybe glean on, grab a little hold of, um, raise each other's vibration a little bit or our energy level. And we give thanks to the universe for gifting us a moment where we shined a little bit brighter. So my day 14 entry is graduating high school. Um, for a long time, I never thought about that being a proud moment because everybody, I mean, you're supposed to, right? Um, Graduate high school. It's one of the requirements, quote unquote, requirements of going through life is graduating high school. Had a few obstacles, we'll say, or things that monkey wrenches that threw things off a little bit that made that not a normal situation for me. So most of my years, um, most of my years in high school, like pretty much from my freshman year, almost at the start of my freshman year, all the way through high school, I was homeless. Um, didn't have a stable place to live or sleep. Bounced around, moved around, shuffled through, in and out of friends' places or just nice hiding spots. Um, Another curveball or something that was working against me was I didn't learn the traditional way. I didn't learn very well. Um, it was hard for me to learn the traditional way of reading books and stuff like that. I had to learn, or I learned better um, by doing things, not by reading them. Um, or mm, just the traditional classroom ways of learning. Um, I struggled mightily, and I mean, I know how to read, and so it wasn't that I was illiterate. It was just the fact that things were very, really difficult. It was really difficult for me to comprehend reading. I would have to reread things over and over, and then sometimes words would get mixed around in my head, and then it would completely change the context of what I was reading. And so it's like, you're reading something, and because a couple words got shifted in your brain, then the whole thing is wrong or different. And so I got frustrated with that a lot. And so school wasn't a focus for me. It was all about surviving. But school was it gave me a safe haven for even if it was for like 8 hours. When I did sports, it was 10 or 12 hours. It gave me a place to like feel normal, be a part of something, um, a place where I didn't have to look over my shoulder as much. Um, and so I went to school, but reluctantly, I struggled mightily. And I got through high school. Like I was able to. Oh man, I was a bad student. Um, I should have failed. I should have failed freshman and sophomore year, but I think sometimes you have like blessings and angels and my wrestling coach, who's very well respected in the school. He was a PE teacher, and he was very respected by the principal, the vice principal, and some of the other teachers. And so I guess because the teachers knew that I was a part of his wrestling program, I was the captain of the team for all 4 years of the wrestling team. They just passed me. So I was just one of those kids that got by because I was very athletic and I was good at sports. And for the most part, I was a good kid. Um, I didn't get into too much trouble. Um, but I think people knew like there was something not wrong with me, but you know, like I had issues. Um, and so a lot of times the teacher would just say like, "What do you need?" Because we had a 2.0 rule where you had to maintain a 2.0 GPA, grade point average, so that you could participate in sports. So probably that's what kind of helped me um, not fall so far behind the eight ball, but I did fall way behind the eight ball. So, like I said, I should have flunked probably freshman and sophomore year. Um, I was working a job, so I would go to practice, and then after practice we get done at like 6 or 7, and then from there I go straight to work. I had a job, and I was there from 6 or 7 till closing, which is like midnight for me or 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd go home, sleep a couple hours, and I didn't like first period, so I didn't go to first period, and so I'd skip it. I'd come to school second period. I flunked. Or not flunked. I failed. I failed like English twice. So I remember like my junior, was it, no, my senior year, I was playing catch up. I was like, my senior year I had junior and senior English and junior and senior social studies because I just flunked so many classes. I had to take an after school class for math. It was really bad. So I was taking extra classes just to catch up. Um, but yeah, I think luckily I had people that helped me. One of the guys on the team was really smart. He would tutor me in between, like on lunchtime. Couldn't really eat, so I had free time. So he would tutor me. He would help me sometimes. He helped me a little too much by like writing the reports. Um, but it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough. So like just managing academics, trying to survive, living on the streets, being like insecure because of it, trying to hide it, but then everybody knew, and then struggling with learning the traditional way. I think I probably would have been more successful if I was a kid now in these times because people are more open and aware of people with learning disabilities or kids that struggle learning the traditional way. They're more open to finding or they have more techniques to help people out. So I don't, I didn't, I always grew up, or I always was of the mindset like you're supposed to do this stuff. But then thinking on it, like when I was thinking back on my mindset was not to graduate, it was just to go to school so that I could wrestle, play judo, play football, do my sports, and then, when I could get a meal. and then that was it. Um, but for some reason, my friends pushed me to graduate, and so um, I did put in the extra work, with the tutor, taking an extra class after school to catch up so that all the requirements for graduation was met. And through a lot of hard work and help, I did graduate. And it actually was it was a good moment knowing, hearing your name called out on stage and stuff like that. But knowing that I accomplished something that one was I shouldn't have, only because I never met the well, at the time I wasn't meeting the requirements. I didn't want to. It wasn't important enough to me. Um, and I had a lot of things working against me. But um, I guess when you put stuff to the side and you put a focus to something, you can accomplish what you're trying to, even though you're doing it maybe with one or two arms tied behind your back. But that's my story for day 14, graduating high school. It was a major feat, a big hurdle that I overcame at a young age. I did have some help from a lot of people. Um, a lot of teachers did help also by um, by passing me. Um, I won't say their names, just in case. But anyways, thanks for watching. Remember, get down in the comments, put your story in there. Maybe it's not a big deal to you, but it might help somebody else out. Might trigger something, get them going on a path of looking inward, or you know something. We'll do some good together in these 30 days. But yeah, get it in the comments, like, share, and subscribe. Do all the YouTubey things, and I'll see you guys on day 15. And don't forget, sometimes if you want to eat from the fruit of the tree, sometimes you have to go out on the limb. Embrace your vulnerability. It's a good thing. See you guys.